The Galactic Council chamber was enormous. Hundreds of alien leaders floated in zero gravity, their eyes fixed on a large holographic screen. The screen showed Earth, small and fragile, spinning in space. The aliens laughed. Their voices echoed across the chamber, a mix of clicks, roars, and strange whistles. "Humans are weak," one of the counselors said, his long fingers tapping the arm of his chair. "Their planet will fall in a single strike. They are nothing." Another alien clicked its mandibles and sneered. "They think they can survive? Pathetic. Primitive animals with toys in the sky." The hologram switched to satellite images. Meteors streaked across Earth's atmosphere. Cities were in ruins. Forests burned. Oceans churned with massive storms. The aliens whispered to each other, pointing at the images, shaking their heads in amusement. Meanwhile, far from the council, Earth's leaders watched the broadcast. In a secure laboratory in New York, Dr. Elena Cross, head of Project Helios, stood silently. Her eyes did not leave the screen. The council's laughter did not disturb her. She had seen these images before, but something was different now. Her assistant, Mark, nudged her. "Elena, they're laughing at us." "They think Earth is done for." Elena did not answer. Her fingers hovered over the control panel. Energy readings from the moon were flashing red, unusual and strong. "Mark, the moon," she said quietly. "It's changing." Outside the lab, city alarms were quiet, but the sense of fear was heavy. Citizens were glued to their screens, watching the alien council mock their planet. News channels repeated the same images, the same cruel words. But Dr. Cross did not panic. In the sky, the moon glowed faintly. Scientists around the world reported strange energy pulses. Satellites recorded electromagnetic waves moving across the moon's surface. No one could explain it. Back in the council, one alien tapped a command pad. "Prepare the fleet. Earth falls tonight, no mercy. No survivors." A holographic map showed dozens of warships moving toward the solar system. The aliens cheered. "Soon they will learn that humans are nothing," another alien roared. But on Earth, Dr. Cross smiled faintly. She did not show fear. She had been waiting for this moment for years. Project Helios was ready. The moon was ready. Something the aliens did not understand was awakening. In the lab, screens began to flicker. The moon's energy pulses intensified. Lights danced across the walls, painting the scientists in a strange glow. Machines hummed. Monitors beeped wildly. Mark looked at Elena, his face pale. What is happening?" Elena did not answer immediately. Her eyes were fixed on the main monitor. "It's starting," she whispered. Above Earth, the moon began to emit a low, constant hum. It was faint at first, barely noticeable. Then the hum grew louder. Instruments recorded the energy waves radiating outward, forming patterns like a heartbeat. Scientists around the world stared at the data, confused and amazed. In the council, an alien general frowned at the screen. "Our satellites. They are failing. What is this? The moon. It's moving?" The council erupted in panic. Whispers turned into shouts. Some aliens tried to contact their fleets, but communication was breaking down. Signals distorted. Weapon systems malfunctioned. Back on Earth, Dr. Cross watched silently. "Mark, tell the team to record everything. This is the moment the universe underestimates us." The moon's glow intensified. Energy arcs flickered across its surface. No one could explain it, not even the greatest minds on Earth. The aliens had mocked humanity for centuries, but now the first sign of retaliation had begun. As the council argued and panicked, a strange pulse shot from the moon toward the approaching alien fleet. It was invisible at first, but satellites detected it immediately. Systems failed. Ships spun out of control. Aliens screamed orders, but no one could stop the invisible force. Elena turned to Mark. "They think this is just a planet. They think we are weak. They don't see what is already awake. The moon. It is ready to fight." The camera zoomed out from Earth. The planet looked small and fragile, the moon glowing beside it. But the first strike had already begun. The aliens had laughed. But now, the universe was about to see the unexpected war. The council fell silent as the first alien warship exploded in orbit. Its systems fried. The aliens froze in shock. No one spoke. None of them had imagined that Earth or its moon could strike back. And far away, Dr. Cross whispered, "They will regret underestimating us." The moon had always been a silent guardian of Earth, a pale rock orbiting the planet. No one suspected it could be more. But now strange things were happening. In the underground Project Helios laboratory, alarms blinked and monitors flickered. Dr. Elena Cross leaned forward, her eyes sharp. Red energy readings pulsed across the main screen. It wasn't random, it was deliberate, almost alive. "Look at this," Elena said quietly to her assistant, Mark. "The moon. It's reacting. It knows the threat." Mark stared at the screen, disbelief in his eyes. "Knows the threat? It's a rock, Elena. Rocks don't think. Rocks don't fight." Elena didn't answer. Her fingers hovered over the control panel. She had spent years preparing for this moment, training her team, building the systems. The moon was not just a rock. It had energy embedded deep within it, waiting to awaken. Outside, satellites circled the moon, measuring its surface. All of them reported anomalies. Energy waves flickered in patterns that resembled a pulse, like the moon had a heartbeat. Scientists across the world stared at their screens in confusion. Some thought it was interference, a glitch, but Project Helios knew better. "Prepare the observation array," Elena ordered. "We need full data, now." Her team scrambled, typing commands, aligning sensors, and opening all the backup instruments. The moon's energy pulses grew stronger. Each pulse sent ripples across space, invisible to the naked eye but measurable by instruments. Meanwhile, the alien fleets approached Earth, unaware of the threat rising from the moon. Their scouts and probes moved confidently, scanning the planet, preparing for bombardment. In the alien command bridge, Admiral Zareth frowned at his screens. Probes report. "Anomalies. Systems unstable. Is this the moon?" "No," hissed another officer. "It cannot be. A planet can't interfere with our ships at this level. Check communications. Check energy readings. Something is wrong." Back on Earth, Elena's team watched as the moon's energy formed glowing arcs across its surface. The patterns were precise, almost like a language. She didn't understand all of it, but she knew it was a signal, a warning, a weapon waiting. "Mark, see the arcs?" Elena pointed. "They are not random. The moon is preparing for something." Before anyone could react, the first probe entered the moon's energy field. It was immediately disabled. Systems failed, cameras went dark, and communication stopped. Alarms rang on alien ships. "What happened?" Zareth yelled. The probe, "It's dead." On Earth, Elena watched silently. A faint smile appeared on her face. "It's working," she whispered. "The moon is fighting back." The aliens quickly launched more probes. Every probe that entered the moon's energy field failed. Engines stalled, shields collapsed, and weapons malfunctioned. The aliens were baffled. How could a moon, just a rock, stop their technology? Panic spread through the alien fleet. Commands were shouted, but no order could reverse the failure. Their confidence, built over centuries, shattered in minutes. In Project Helios, scientists were amazed. "It's intelligent," one of them whispered. "The moon is alive?" Elena nodded. "Not alive like us, but aware. It senses the threat, and it is ready to defend Earth." Suddenly, the moon's glow intensified. Energy waves shot out, invisible yet powerful. They moved toward the approaching fleet. Ships wobbled, some spun out of control. Others caught fire as their systems fried. The alien pilots screamed in panic, trying to escape the invisible force. Zareth's voice was trembling. "What is this? It cannot be. Our weapons are useless." Meanwhile, Earth remained mostly calm. Cities watched the strange moon glow. Citizens reported seeing faint pulses of light across the lunar surface. The sky seemed alive, mysterious. No one understood what was happening, but fear mixed with awe spread across the world. Elena's fingers flew over the console. "It's not enough," she muttered. "We need to coordinate the fleet. The moon can disrupt them, but we must strike too." Mark's eyes widened. "We actually have a chance? Against them?" "Yes," Elena said firmly. "The universe has underestimated us. Always underestimated humans. But the moon, it is proving them wrong." The alien fleet tried to fire weapons from a distance, but nothing worked. Lasers bent, missiles exploded prematurely, shields collapsed. Panic turned into fear. Some ships turned back, trying to retreat. Others collided in chaos. In the council chamber, rumors of the moon's power began to reach other alien leaders. Whispers spread. Earth is not weak. The moon is fighting with them. But disbelief was strong. No one could imagine a moon defending a planet. On Earth, Dr. Cross recorded every detail. "Mark, this is history," she said. "The moon has chosen its side. The galaxy has no idea what's coming." Suddenly, a massive pulse shot from the moon, invisible but devastating. Several alien ships exploded silently in space, leaving behind fiery wreckage. The remaining fleet scattered. Communication with the command ship was lost. The Council's laughter turned into confusion and fear. Elena turned to her team. "This is just the beginning. They laughed at Earth, they mocked us, but the moon has shown them they were wrong." Outside, the moon glowed brighter than ever. Energy arcs. The alien fleet hovered at the edge of the solar system, massive ships casting shadows across the stars. Their commanders were confident. Earth had been laughed at, dismissed as weak, and now they were about to finish it. But they did not understand one thing. Earth was not alone. The moon had awakened. Its energy pulses now spread far into space, invisible but deadly. Satellites recorded fluctuations that scrambled alien navigation and weapons systems. Communications broke down, leaving the alien commanders in confusion. On Earth, Dr. Elena Cross watched the readings from Project Helios. Her eyes were sharp, unwavering. The moon had disrupted the enemy fleet, but she knew the human fleet was still small. Alone, it could not destroy the invaders. "Mark, assemble the fleet," Elena ordered. "We strike while they are disorganized. The moon is our shield, now we must be their spear." Mark's jaw tightened. "We've never fought anything like this before. These ships, they could destroy Earth with one strike." "I know," Elena said firmly, "but they underestimate us. They always do, and that's their mistake." In hidden bases around the world, humans scrambled ships. Small frigates, old destroyers, and experimental fighters launched silently. Their engines hummed, blending with the moon's energy pulses. No one on Earth cheered or panicked. Everyone was tense, waiting for the first strike. Above the moon, alien scouts attempted to move forward, but the energy field pushed them back. Ships wobbled and spun, engines failing. Some collided with each other, creating fiery explosions in space. Zareth, the alien admiral, shouted orders. "Destroy the moon! Destroy it now! Use everything!" His officers scrambled. Weapons fired, missiles streaked across space. But nothing worked. Lasers bent as if the moon had a shield. Explosions fizzled before reaching the moon's surface. Even the largest warship faltered, its engines stuttering. Elena watched calmly. "The moon is holding them," she said. "Now our fleet moves." Human ships darted forward, small but fast. They moved with precision, coordinated with the moon's pulses. Every pulse seemed to guide them, disrupting enemy shields just enough to allow attacks to hit. The first clash erupted above the moon. Alien ships fired relentlessly, but human missiles and plasma rounds struck key points. A cruiser exploded in a ball of fire, debris scattering into space. The aliens screamed in panic. Zareth's voice trembled over the communication channel. "Impossible. How can they fight like this?" On Earth, people watched as the news screen showed flashes of battle above the moon. "Our ships," Mark whispered. "They're coordinating with the moon." Elena nodded. "Exactly. We are not just fighting. The moon is part of the war now. We are stronger together." In the chaos, the alien fleet tried to regroup. Ships moved haphazardly, collisions frequent. Their commanders shouted at one another, trying to salvage order. But the moon's pulses interfered with every system. Navigation, weapons, even internal communications. Fear spread faster than fire. A massive alien destroyer tried to focus its weapons on the moon. It fired a massive energy beam, expecting to shatter the rock. But the beam bent, twisted, and collapsed in midair. Systems overloaded. The ship shuddered violently, then exploded silently, leaving a trail of burning debris. Elena and her team cheered quietly. "It's working," she said. "Every strike counts. Every ship that falls buys us more time." The battle intensified. Alien frigates tried to flank the moon from the sides, hoping to avoid the energy field. But the moon pulsed strategically, arcs of energy cutting paths that trapped the attackers. Ships collided, engines failed, and some drifted uncontrollably toward Earth. Zareth bellowed in fury. "Focus fire. Kill the humans first!" But it was too late. Human pilots, guided by the moon's energy and Project Helios coordination, struck decisively. One after another, alien ships fell. Explosions lit the blackness of space, a silent symphony of destruction. On the moon's surface, energy arcs expanded. It was no longer just defense, it was offense. The pulses moved in rhythm with the human fleet. a dance of destruction the aliens could not comprehend. They had underestimated Earth, its ingenuity, and now the moon itself. Elena turned to her team. Mark my words. They thought we were weak. They thought we would fall. But this is only the beginning. In orbit above Earth, a massive alien command ship tried to retreat. Its engines flared, shields failing. But the moon's energy arcs reached it, disrupting systems. The ship spun uncontrollably, debris falling from its hull. A final explosion erupted silently, leaving the remaining fleet in panic. Zareth gripped the controls, screaming orders that could not be followed. Fear replaced arrogance. Every officer knew they had been defeated not just by humans but by the moon itself. Below, on Earth, scientists recorded every moment. Cities watched the glowing moon, its light pulsing like a heartbeat. It had protected Earth, but more importantly, it had shown the galaxy that humanity was not weak. Elena crossed her arms, her eyes on the screens. They will remember this, she whispered. The first strike is ours, but the war is far from over. Mark looked at her, awe in his eyes. They laughed at us. And now look at them. Elena smiled faintly. Yes, and the best part? They don't even know what's coming next. The moon's glow dimmed slightly, but its presence was undeniable. Energy arcs danced subtly across its surface. The aliens had seen the first taste of Earth's power, and it was enough to make even the most arrogant shiver. The unexpected war had begun. Earth had struck back, and the galaxy would never forget the day the moon fired first. The alien fleet hovered above the moon, their massive warships casting long shadows across space. The commanders were furious. Their arrogance had led them here, and now the moon itself fought against them. They had underestimated Earth, and they would pay. On the moon's surface, energy arcs spread in every direction, forming a shimmering shield. Invisible waves pulsed outward, warping space and bending alien energy beams. Ships that dared approach the moon slowed as their systems flickered. Navigation failed, shields collapsed, and weapons misfired. Above Earth, Dr. Elena Cross monitored the battle from Project Helios's control center. Her eyes were fixed on the screens. Each pulse from the moon's energy field was carefully synchronized with the human fleet. Mark, this is it, Elena said, pointing at the main monitor. The moon isn't just defending, it's guiding us. Our fleet can strike with precision now. Mark nodded, awestruck. It's incredible. It's like the moon knows exactly what to do. Elena smiled faintly. Not like we expected. But it works. Small human frigates darted among the alien ships, following invisible corridors created by the moon's energy. Missiles struck where alien shields were weakest. Plasma rounds hit exposed engines. Every human strike was amplified by the moon's pulses, turning their tiny fleet into a deadly force. Zareth, the alien admiral, bellowed over the command channel. Focus fire. Destroy their ships. Do not let the moon guide them. But his officers were panicked. Systems failed one by one. Ships spun out of control, colliding with one another. Explosions lit the blackness of space, fiery debris scattering silently. Confidence shattered. Fear replaced arrogance. One massive alien destroyer fired its cannons directly at the moon. The energy beams arced toward its surface, expecting to shatter the rock. But the moon's shield absorbed the impact. The beams bent, twisted, and fizzled. The destroyer's systems overloaded. Engines stalled. The ship spun wildly, then exploded in a silent, blinding flash. On Earth, people watched the moon glow through telescopes and news broadcasts. Pulses of light raced across its surface, arcs of energy forming patterns that seemed alive. Citizens whispered in awe. Some were afraid, but most were amazed. Inside Project Helios, Elena and her team recorded every moment. This is the turning point, Elena said. The moon is not just a weapon, it's our partner. And the aliens cannot fight against it. Mark typed rapidly, analyzing energy readings. They're trying to regroup. They're moving in clusters now. But every time they do, the moon's pulse cuts them apart. Exactly, Elena said. It's like the moon knows their strategy before they even make it. Above the moon, the battle intensified. Alien frigates attempted flanking maneuvers, trying to avoid the energy arcs. But the moon adapted. Pulses extended, trapping attackers in deadly zones. Engines failed. Shields collapsed. Explosions lit space like fireworks, and alien crews screamed as their ships were destroyed. Zareth's voice was trembling. Impossible. A moon cannot do this. In the chaos, the human fleet struck decisively. Fighters zipped through energy corridors, hitting weak points in alien cruisers. Missiles detonated with precision, engines failed, and alien ships began to retreat, or explode. Elena's voice was calm but firm. Mark, prepare the orbital strikes. Follow the moon's guidance. Every ship that survives is a chance to win this war. Mark nodded, his hands flying over the controls. Coordinates set. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Energy pulses from the moon shifted slightly, guiding human missiles into alien command ships. Explosions tore through hulls, throwing debris into orbit. The alien fleet was in chaos. Commanders shouted, but orders were useless. Navigation systems were fried, shields collapsed, and communication was distorted. Zareth tried to regroup his forces.
Fall back.
Regroup at the outer edge. Focus fire! But it was too late. The moon's shield expanded, pushing the remaining alien ships back. Engines failed. Weapons misfired. Panic turned into terror. On Earth, Scion. The galaxy held its breath. News of the moon's power spread quickly, even reaching distant star systems. Alien fleets, once proud and unstoppable, now quivered at the thought of Earth and its mysterious satellite. But the most determined commanders were not done. In a hidden sector of space, the remaining alien fleet regrouped. Ships repaired damaged systems as quickly as they could. Zareth, the alien admiral, slammed his clawed hand on the command console. We underestimated them, he growled, but we will not lose. Prepare the ultimate strike. Fire everything at once. Target Earth and the moon. No mercy. His officers scrambled, issuing commands. Energy beams charged, missiles loaded, and warships aligned for a massive assault. Their goal was simple: crush the humans and destroy the moon before it could react again. On Earth, Project Helios monitored alien movement. Elena Cross's eyes narrowed as the readings flashed across her screen. They're regrouping, she said. Mark, this is serious. They are planning a full-scale attack. We need to be ready. Mark glanced at the screens, worry in his eyes. Do we have enough ships? Enough power? Elena shook her head slowly. It's not just about our ships. The moon, it has been holding back. But now it's time. We fight together or we fall. The first wave of alien weapons reached Earth's orbit. Massive energy beams streaked through space, powerful enough to destroy cities and satellites in seconds. But the moon responded. Pulses of energy flared across its surface, bending the beams, twisting them until they fizzled harmlessly into space. Human satellites recorded the phenomenon in awe. The moon wasn't just shielding Earth. It was actively intercepting attacks, predicting the paths of enemy fire. It was precise, almost intelligent. Look at the readings, Elena said. It's adapting. Faster than they can react. The moon knows what's coming before they do. Above the moon, the human fleet moved in perfect coordination. Guided by the energy arcs, frigates and destroyers attacked alien ships where their shields were weakest. Missiles struck with surgical precision. Plasma rounds hit exposed engines. Chaos spread through the alien formation. Zareth's voice trembled with anger and disbelief. No, this cannot be. Our weapons are failing. Our fleet is falling apart. One massive alien command ship attempted to fire a concentrated energy beam at the moon. Its weapon flared, filling space with a blinding light. But the moon pulsed in response. Energy arcs shot out like invisible arms, bending the beam back upon the alien ship. The ship's systems overloaded instantly. Explosions rocked its hull. Debris scattered silently in space. Remaining alien ships faltered. Engines failed. Systems glitched. Elena and Mark exchanged glances. It's working, Mark whispered. The moon. It's striking now. Yes, Elena said, but we must strike harder. The moon is powerful, but coordination with our fleet is the key. Humans launched a massive assault. Fighters zipped through the chaos, guided by the moon's invisible arcs. Missiles detonated perfectly. Engines of alien ships failed and shields collapsed one by one. Even the most massive cruisers could not withstand the combined strike of human ingenuity and the moon's mysterious power. Zareth's remaining fleet tried to retreat, but the moon anticipated every maneuver. Pulses extended outward, trapping escaping ships. Engines overloaded, weapons misfired, and collisions became frequent. Alien crews screamed as they watched their once proud fleet crumble before them. In the control room of Project Helios, Elena typed rapidly, adjusting human ship positions in real time. Mark, send the energy pulse overlay to all fighters. They must follow the moon's rhythm exactly. Mark's fingers flew across the console. Coordinates sent. They'll move like one organism with the moon. As the alien fleet collapsed further, the moon's power reached a new level. Massive energy arcs formed across its surface, converging into a brilliant beam aimed at the heart of the alien command formation. The beam shot through space like a spear, invisible yet unstoppable. Several alien command ships exploded instantly. Engines failed. Systems fried. Panic turned into sheer terror. Zareth's voice broke as he tried to issue orders that could no longer be followed. On Earth, citizens watched the moon glow in the night sky. News broadcasts showed flashes in space, and everyone realized the moon was fighting, not alone but alongside humanity. Whispers spread, Earth is stronger than we ever imagined, and the moon fights with them. Elena stood in front of the main monitor, calm and determined. "This is the turning point," she said. "They thought Earth was weak. They thought we were done. But now they know the truth. The moon fights for us, and so do we." Mark shook his head in disbelief. "They can't win. There's no way." Elena smiled faintly. "They already lost the first wave. The next one will be even harder, but the moon and Earth are ready." The alien fleet, disorganized and terrified, tried one last desperate maneuver. A massive warship aimed directly at Earth, its weapons charged for a final strike. But the moon reacted instantly. Energy pulses formed a shield around Earth, deflecting the beams. The human fleet attacked simultaneously, striking the alien ship's engines and weapons. Within moments, it spun out of control, then exploded silently in space. Zareth's fleet had no choice but to retreat. Engines flared, shields collapsed, and communication systems failed. They had underestimated humans, the moon, and the combined power of Earth. Fear now ruled their hearts. Elena turned to Mark. "They've seen the first real strike. They know Earth is not weak. But the war isn't over. We must stay ready." Mark nodded. "The galaxy will never look at us the same way again." Above the moon, energy arcs faded slightly, leaving a faint glow. The moon had defended Earth, destroyed the alien command fleet, and shown the universe that humans were not to be trifled with. In distant parts of the galaxy, alien leaders whispered rumors. "The moon is alive. Earth is stronger than imagined. Beware." Elena crossed her arms, her eyes on the screens. "They laughed at Earth. They mocked us. But now the turning point is ours. And the next moves will decide the fate of the galaxy." The unexpected war continued, but Earth and the moon had proven one thing. They were not weak. They were ready. And the universe would soon learn the true power of humanity. The dust of space battles hung heavy in the void. Alien ships that had once been the pride of their fleets drifted, broken and lifeless. The few that remained fled into distant star systems, their engines straining under panic and fear. Above Earth, the moon glowed faintly, energy arcs rippling across its surface like a heartbeat. The great battle was over, for now. Earth had survived. Humanity had survived, and the moon, mysterious and powerful, had proven its strength. In the control room of Project Helios, Dr. Elena Cross stood silently, her eyes fixed on the screens. Around her, scientists and military officers monitored the aftermath of the fight. The alien fleet was scattered, disorganized, and utterly defeated. Mark, her assistant, broke the silence. "Elena, they're gone. We actually did it." Elena did not smile immediately. Her eyes remained on the monitors, watching the faint flickers of energy that still pulsed from the moon. "We did more than survive," she said quietly. "We showed the galaxy that Earth is not weak, that humans and the moon cannot be ignored." Outside, cities across the world watched as the moon pulsed with a soft light. People stared, awe in their eyes. Some whispered prayers, some whispered fear, and some whispered admiration. Humanity had faced annihilation, and yet here they were, victorious. In orbit, the remaining human ships regrouped. Frigates, destroyers, and fighters moved in formation, scanning space for any lingering threats. Systems were checked, weapons recalibrated, engines inspected. Despite the victory, Elena knew they could not relax. "The aliens will come back," she said, turning to Mark. "They always do. And next time, they'll be smarter." Mark nodded. "But if the moon fights with us, maybe they won't succeed again." Elena's eyes narrowed. "The moon is powerful, yes, but it's still mysterious. We understand only a fraction of its energy. We must be ready for anything." Above the moon, energy arcs danced faintly, rippling across craters and peaks. The satellite seemed almost alive, a silent guardian of Earth. Scientists had recorded its pulses, analyzed its energy, and still, no one fully understood it. It had acted to protect Earth during the battle, striking alien ships with precision, guiding human forces, and defending the planet from destruction. Meanwhile, scattered alien fleets fled, but the fear of the moon haunted them. Word spread across distant star systems. Earth is not weak. Its moon fights with it. Do not underestimate humanity. Back in the council chambers of the Galactic Union, alien leaders whispered nervously. Some blamed Zareth for underestimating the humans. Others whispered that their species must prepare for the unexpected. Earth was no longer a minor player in galactic affairs. Zareth, the defeated admiral, remained silent. He stared at the transmission from the battle zone, shaking his claws in disbelief. How could a planet and a moon defeat my fleet? He murmured. On Earth, Project Helios recorded the aftermath carefully. Scientists monitored the moon's energy field, still active but now dormant. Machines hummed softly, data scrolling across screens. Humanity had won, but questions remained. Elena spoke to her team. Today we defended Earth. Tomorrow, we prepare. The moon has shown us what is possible, but there is more we do not know. We must study it. We must understand it, because one day the galaxy may challenge you,